Okay, friends, what I want to do in this video is I want to put these costs of living to work for us. What we just saw, you did Portland, but I did Pendleton before you did Portland. And we showed that Portland, Oregon is 30% cheaper than Bend. So something that costs $1 in Bend is going to cost 70 cents in Pendleton. I'd like to look at it that way. I'd like to look at it as this. A Pendleton cost is equal to 70% of whatever the Bend cost is. That's another way of saying 30% cheaper. Hopefully that makes sense to you. Okay. Now, if this is true, then we're never going to be able to fairly compare the tuition of Central Oregon Community College with the tuition of Blue Mountain Community College. Because this is true, they're always going to be cheaper in Pendleton than in Central Oregon. So what we need to actually do, in my humble opinion, is we need to make Pendleton's cost adjusted for the cost of living difference. So right now, the number you see in the spreadsheets for Blue Mountain, let me look at it real quick. Blue Mountain, $90 in 2014, $94 in 2015, and so forth, up to $110 this year. Those are Pendleton, Oregon dollars. And those dollars are only worth 70% of Bend dollars. But the Bend dollars are the ones we see in the spreadsheet for Central Oregon Community College. I vote that we have to put everything in the spreadsheet in terms of one of the towns. And let's use Bend as that town. Since Bend is the town our college is in, let's make our city be the one that we reset everybody else's to. So in other words, I don't want to see Pendleton dollars in the Pendleton row. I want to see Bend dollars. I want to see the Bend cost. So how can I adjust the Pendleton cost so it's in terms of Bend dollars? Well, you see this 0.7 right here? Don't overthink this. It's multiplied by the Bend cost. So we can just divide and bring it over to here. So you're going to take the Pendleton cost. I just realized how confusing this might be. Pendleton and Bend have the same, well, sorry, my bad. Take the Pendleton, let's do it this way, Pendleton cost, and divide it by 0.7. This will give us a multiplier for how many Bend dollars Pendleton tuition would be. Now some of you might be looking at this and going like, Sean, this doesn't make any sense, because you're dividing by a number that's going to get smaller. But you got to remember something. That number is less than 1. 0.7 is 7 over 10. Dividing by 7 over 10 is the same as multiplying by 10 over 7. And 10 over 7, let me do some math in my head, that should be about 1.42, which means if we take 1.42 and multiply it by whatever the Pendleton cost is, that's going to tell us how much it would cost in Bend dollars. This should make sense. Since Pendleton is a cheaper cost of living, it takes more of Pendleton's dollars to make up a Bend dollar. And in this case, it takes about 42% more, which is the mathematics of the reciprocal of 7/10. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the spreadsheet, and I'm going to assume that cost of living and take all of those Pendleton costs and multiply them by 1.42, and that will tell us in Bend dollars how much that tuition is. Then we can actually compare the Central Oregon line and the Blue Mountain line using the same value dollars. Now I'm going to have you do the similar math for Portland, and then we'll jump into the spreadsheet and we'll see how it applies across the board to all the community colleges. Let's do it.